The Frog Prince, Revisited, a twisted fairy tale written by Adele Pena in 2022. She met him at the water bar, where she was sitting in peaceful contemplation, wondering when the day would be that her own Prince Charming would come along. And she was gazing down at the reflective surface of the water, singing a savory song. He climbed up on a log near the fair young maiden after hearing her lovely tune. Hoping to catch her attention, he said, "Good afternoon. I don't mean to startle you, fair maiden, being a lowly but talking frog, but I couldn't help coming closer to hear your song and sit upon this log." Now, the maiden was a bit alarmed and startled by a talking frog too, but she knew the stories of the fairy tales and what she had to do. She just said she wanted a prince, and he arrived on cue. He may be a slimy creature now, but if she didn't give him that kiss, it might prevent both of their dreams from coming true. So the maiden said, "Come closer, and I'll gladly continue to sing for you." The frog found this rather curious, being that he could hear her song just fine from the log, but he didn't mind getting a closer look at the maiden, since he was still pretty far across the bog. So he swam to shore to sit next to the maiden, and she continued her lovely songs until the afternoon passed into the evening, and she didn't have much longer to stay, all the while considering exactly what she should say. The frog was mesmerized by the maiden. True, he fell in love with this creature, much different than himself, but he was a little concerned by her interest in him. He didn't want to end up in a glass jar on a shelf, or worse, as somebody's dinner. Why was this woman so interested in entertaining a lowly frog? But when the maiden finally confronted the frog and said, "I think you should come home with me. I can sing you more lovely songs, and together we'll have good company. Let's get married." The frog thought, this is truly an odd union, still accepting the invitation with only slight reservation. In his mind, a house instead of the waterhole was a great vacation, especially when the maiden said more of her singing would be involved, and he believed she really had no intention of putting him in a jar. "Okay, I'll go with you," he said. "I'm not sure if we can marry, but I really love your singing, and for that I will tarry." And with those words, the maiden swooped up the frog and headed home before the sun set, believing by morning she would have her Prince Charming won over. This was a sure bet. When they reached her cottage in the meadow's distance, she offered him a bowl of water and room to relax. But the frog was feeling a bit restless. He had never gone so far from the water bar. "I'm not sure if this was such a good idea," said the frog. "I'm awfully far from the place I am used to. I'm a little confused and unsure what to do." But the maiden told him not to worry and started in on another song. "If I keep him pacified until a bedtime kiss, I can't go wrong." So she sang to him sweet lullabies until his eyelids were very droopy. Then she leaned in and kissed him. But he remained a frog. Poopy. And that's when the realization set in that she had just wasted an entire afternoon trying to impress a slimy frog because of a fairy tale fantasy. If you enjoyed this reading, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. To find more of Adele Pena's writings, you can follow her on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest at Little Wren Writes. Links to these sites and her bio page will be posted in the description section below. Thank you.